Hi everyone, thank you for watching my YouTube channel and welcome again. Today I'm going to talk about my juice fasting. It's been kind of long already. I'm on day I think 45, and no, I didn't decide how long I was going to go, but I want to invite you in something that I'm noticing, and I want to tell you exactly what I'm doing. I want to tell you exactly what I'm drinking and how much, and I also want to tell you about the why and what I regularly eat, and we're going to touch upon the raw food in general, the different layers of detoxification, what you should watch for, what you should put together, what you definitely should not put together, and all that good stuff, okay? But first of all, I'm Hilde Larsen. I'm a health and mindset coach. I'm an author of 3 books. I am a speaker, but most of all, I am a life enthusiast. I'm a detox specialist as well, but you knew that, right? So I work with detoxification, but I work with mindset and how to get there, and I don't care what layer we have to go through. And this is why this is interesting to me as well, to work on myself like this. Because you might think, oh my God, Hilde, what are you doing? Aren't you on fruit? Aren't you a fruit eater? Yes, I am. First of all, I'm your coach. I'm guiding you to where you want to be. I don't want you to end up where I was at. But personally, yes. For the last 6 years, I have been eating nothing but fruits. For the last 12 years, I have been eating nothing but raw food. Now, to me, life is an experiment. It's fun. It's invigorating. I have passion. And my mission is to make sure, like I said, that you don't end up bedridden like I was. That you don't take your life all the way to where I took mine before you step up and dare to break free from everything that is holding you into the zone of following a herd in a direction that is definitely not leading anywhere good. So me personally, I was hospitalized in and out. I was diagnosed with severe rheumatoid arthritis, Lyme's disease, ulcers. I had so much anxiety. I could never go to any events. I had to lay in my room. I could not even watch TV. I could hardly read. I couldn't take noises. And anyone that has had deep anxiety and anxiety attacks knows what I'm talking about. I ended up in a deep depression, meaning I wasn't really life depressed. I was just so sick and tired of having so much pain and inflammation in my whole body that I couldn't even sit up. I couldn't walk to the toilet. I couldn't open my mouth. I was on meds, for God's sakes, for years before that. And it kind of worked. It was just, I didn't work anymore. The symptoms kind of went away. I could wiggle my toes again, and I could walk, and but I was falling apart because it was detrimental to my being. I was so acidic and I didn't know it. And why was I so acidic? Well, it was the lymph system from my mother. It was the upbringing on dairy. It was my stress level. It was my high achiever personality. It was viruses. It was the Lyme. It was the soup of me. And that was me, just like you, or just you. You're nothing like anyone else. You might have the same label, or you might want to do what I'm doing, personally doing, but that's not you. You need guidance to do what you need to do. I spent 10, 12 years to figure out where to get from A to B. You know what I figured out more than anything right now? Going through all of my clients, working so hard every day, talking to as many of you as possible. How different you all are, how my protocol is so different. And I'm not talking about an herbal protocol or essential oils. I'm talking about this. It's so different. Everything is different. And even the weaknesses in the body. You might have been diagnosed with an autoimmune that has the same label as your neighbor's autoimmune, but I bet you I would treat you a little different to get to where you want to be, to healthy. And don't believe that crap about autoimmune. I'm just saying, this is just not what this is going to be about. But just don't get, I'm making a video course on that. Autoimmune, we need to ditch it. It is so yesterday. I'm proof of that. I was told I could never walk regularly again. I was told I was going to have to be in a wheelchair to go anywhere beyond 3 feet in the future. And they were going to give me special aids for everything. I traveled the world as a speaker. It's bullshit. But back to my juicing. Now, I have been walking what you need to be walking, your path. So I got this. I know your anxiety. I know your pain. I know where it comes from. And slowly, I've been cleaning out my body to the point where now I know how much you can take, how much you shouldn't take. But being on a juice fast is freeing for the whole body. And I would never put anyone that is on a regular SAD diet and put them right into a long juice fast. Why? Because it just wouldn't be safe. Why? Because you would release so many toxins, or your body would release so many toxins that you might not be able to handle it. Or not you, but your eliminative organs. I'm talking about your kidneys, I'm talking about your liver, I'm talking about your lungs. So you need to be gentle with yourself. You need to transition into that. Not saying that it takes that long to transition, but I would say, give me a month with you and I would transition you in to being able to do a week of juicing. No problem. So my life is at the stage where I'm following my intuition, and the longer juice fasts are very beneficial. Why? Because you're leaving out digestion. And this is so interesting because in practicality, all we're talking about is taking out the pulp, taking out the fiber, so to speak. So we're just left with the juices. Now that bypasses such a large part of digestion that the body is then taking all that energy, using it for something better, using it to start cleansing. And this has been proven through my work so many times. I have a client right now that went all the way up to the juicing part, and when she was juicing, she was losing so much mucus from her head, so much gunk was pouring out of her, and we were so happy, and her symptoms were starting to leave. She started back eating again, and everything stopped. Not because the eating part is bad, not because she was eating anything that was offending her body. No, because the body then did not have the capacity to go that deep. So when I'm noticing myself going this deep on a prolonged juice fast, is that my body is finding old stuff too to look at, that it can't look at while I'm eating a lot of fruit. Because I have been eating just fruit for the last 6 years. And yes, I have been raw only for the last 12 years. That doesn't mean that there's nothing more to do in this body that was bombarded with medications for so many years, that was so stressed up and lymphatically clogged up, so full of shit, so acidic. And I'm even getting to the point where we call it retracing. And I'll make another video on that when I'm done with this juice fast. So follow for that one. Retracing, meaning the body is going back into older injuries that happened before. So it goes from the day to day and then back. So right now my body's working on my foot, and I've been limping for the last 3 days because there's an old injury there that the body is now going towards, thinking, oh, there's more healing to be done. That, and I don't know if you remember my hip, or my foot that almost got torn off. I've been talking about this before. This is, I don't know how long it's been now. Has it been maybe 4 years, 3-4 years ago? And I went through a period with this juicing for about a week where I had pain in that hip or in that place where they had to screw everything together again. Now I'm all fine. But a short period of time, my body found something to go after and heal. That's what's going to happen when you're on juices alone. You're simply giving or letting the body use its energy for healing rather than digesting food. Okay, so what am I drinking right now? Well, I think when it comes to amounts, you should drink as much as you feel like. I'm drinking what I feel I need. I started off drinking 4 jars of 32 ounce, but after a week or two, I noticed it was too much. I was struggling getting it down. I was measuring what I was drinking to get down to 4 because I was counting my calories. What ended up happening is I am not losing any weight on this fast. And I went down to 3. So I'm drinking 3 times 32 ounce. 2 is orange or clementines, and 1 is apple. That's what I eat in a day or drink. That's my intake. On top of that, I have added a 16 ounce of celery juice in the morning because I'm curious. about this herb called celery. And you might say that it's not an herb anymore and that it's a hybrid. And we know this, and we know most of everything that we're taking in is hybrids. I mean, almost nothing looks like the wild anymore, except for my wild blueberries that I pick here every summer. It's hardly, I mean, everything is store bought, and it's farmed, cultivated. So I don't care. But still, it's the energy of the celery, which is, which has been told to be amazing for digestion, for viruses. So I thought, oh, okay, let's see what happens. Now, I'm always trying anything for 3 months before I can tell you anything about it, okay? So that's why I'm not going to tell you anything about what I feel, but just to say, I've gone through things, and there is a story to tell afterwards. So watch for that one. So that's my juicing right now. Now I want to touch upon, as your teacher about these things, your raw food journey. Because if you're coming from a regular diet and you're asking me, how do I get there? How do I transform? Well, I do have a free book that you can download on my website, InspiredByHilde.com. This is just a side note. You don't have to do this, but you can. And it's called Transition to Raw. So that you can do. But when it comes to transitioning, to me, it's always about taking out the bad, putting in the better. So taking out an offender, first, do no harm, taking in something good, bring in the sunshine, close, an old room and take in the sunshine. Now, what could that look like? Well, for example, or not even for example, dairy. To me, biggest offender. Mucus, acidity, hormones, bacteria, pus. You just don't want it in your system. So all dairy out, and then you start the morning with a juice. And I don't care if it's a celery, cucumber, apple, lemon, parsley, ginger juice, or if it's simply an orange juice or a simple apple juice. So you leave out something that is not good for you and you add something that is good for you. That will start balancing your cells. That in itself will be enough for your body to understand that there's change coming, there's a higher vibration coming, more nutrients coming, and they will have the ability to start regulating and slowly cleansing. Now the next step would be to turn your whole breakfast in to raw fruits. Not vegetables. You don't want that in the morning. You want something that is high water. You want something that is going to continue the cleansing that the night has been, what your body's been doing the whole night. Break fast. You're breaking the fast. And you want to kind of pull the breakfast back a little bit. You don't want it to be so close to your supper. The window. The longer you can have a fasting window from when you ate last night until this morning, keep it that way. At least go for 10 hours. So then you're having juice and you're having fruits for breakfast. Now you leave another offender. What could that be? I say, go vegan. Leave the animal products. They are very acidic, low energy, not promoting cleansing at all, has no fiber, nothing you need. And I repeat that. And I believe it. And I've seen evidence. You don't need it. So, and it's a long story. And I'll tell you a cute one at the end of this video. So leave that. Then you can start adding more raw food to your midday. Maybe you'll have a salad for lunch. The next step would be you go all plant and you're leaving the salt, you're leaving the coffee, you're leaving the sodas, you're leaving the bread. Now you're on a whole, you're on a whole food, plant-based diet with a raw, fruity morning and maybe a salad midday. Now that's when we're talking change. You don't have to go any further than that to really change your life. You don't have to be a fruitarian to start reaping the benefits from your change. Now the interesting thing is going to be how you're going to deal with your mental. But then you just come into my membership group and we do this together. This month we are reading my No More Bullshit book. I'm reading a chapter every single day and we're archiving them and we're discussing, and you can always go back and I give you the book for free. I mean, this is a fun ride, and you have to remember it's for everyone. You can always drop in, but there's always very simple rules. When you decide to go to raw food, for example, you need to be mindful. You can't just jump on a lot of recipes that will have fats and fruits together. You can't do that. You have to know the basics. Why can you not put fat in with fruit? because you're inhibiting the sugar from the fruit to enter the cells. The fat will do that. We're talking raised blood sugar. We're talking hello fungus, hello diabetes symptoms. That's what we're talking. You need to know these things. We're leaving out the fats and taking it away from the fruits. If you're going to keep any fats in your diet, which will not be optimal for a deeper cleanse, like I'm doing if you want to get rid of symptoms that some call dis-ease, I want to lead you into a deeper detoxification because I want you to be darn healthy. But if you just want to feel better and better, or be at a platform, we can do that too. But you need to know the ground rules. So come and see me if you really want to know everything that I know about the do's and the don'ts, because I've been there. I've done all of this. I started out as a raw gourmet chef teacher, and now I go so simple that I'm living on orange and apple juice. That's me, because I feel the energetics, the difference. I feel how I connect with nature this way. I feel how I connect with Mother Earth and Spirit this way. How much clearer my channel is. And that's what I want for all of us. Why? Because there'll be less fear in the world. We can work from the heart. We don't have to work from the mind. And there's so much more I could tell you, but I'm going to leave this video, pretty short. I'm going to keep you updated on the juicing. But ask me anything below, ask me anything. And if you want to tell me what you can typically take in and what you can typically leave out, if you're a starter, then that would be amazing for me to see, because I'm kind of researching what is the hardest for people to give up. I know salt is a big one. It's a big offender, and it will stress your adrenals. It's a stimulator. It's a stimulant. And it's also hurting your kidneys, which are the two, I would say, organs that are probably the most important for you right now if you are in pain, any sort of pain. Now, I want to leave you with this cute story. And this is about my granddaughter, Mia. I was watching her yesterday. We were spending the day together or after work. And she saw that I had out my overhead. That's what it's called, right? The overhead, because I'm making a webinar. Yeah, so I'm going to invite you soon. I'm making a whole new webinar, and it's called How to Detoxify the Right Way. You want to know that, right? So she said, and she was interested. And I said, you want to make a video? You can make a video. I'll edit it for you. We'll have fun. You can talk about anything. And she said, okay, yeah, I want. I said, I'll go make dinner. You make a video. You just holler when you're done, and I'll come help you. So she got a pen and she got the drawing, she got it going, and I could hear her saying, don't eat meat. So I knew she was on to that topic. And, she's a vegan, only one in her family, bless her soul. She's 7. She just took a stand. And she had this message that you shouldn't eat meat. And she had the message that, and this is a good one. She said, if you ate fruit, you didn't even have to eat vegetables. If you didn't like vegetables, it didn't matter. You could just eat the fruits, And she knew every child loved fruits. So she went on with that. But when the video was done and I had edited that, I went back the next morning to look at what she's been doing. And she, what she had been writing. I didn't have time to do that the night before. And I was like, oh my God. She had this 3 lines, and then number 4, she had she's been drawing, and it was the moon plus, and then a sun plus, she had a cloud plus a flower plus human, a person she had drawn, equals, and then she wrote what God created. And then under, she made this bigger drawing of this person standing in front of this huge heart that was radiating out with flowers and trees everywhere. And then she'd written, this is our food. And I thought, this is a 7-year-old. And this is the generations that are coming, that are making my heart sing. And I hope that this inspires you to do a little better. So always be proud, my friend. And I mean that. I don't care if you're sitting here watching and you could do so much better. Be proud that you're watching. Be proud that you want to change. Wherever you're at right now, just be proud. If you're doing a little better and you're falling off, still be proud because you know that you tried, and next time you can do even better. There are so many ways of getting help. I mean, if you can't get, you can do me one-on-one coaching. That is always the best way, of course. But if not, you can do the membership group. If not, you can read my books. If not, you can watch the videos. They all go on SoundCloud as well for free. YouTube. Now, I mean, iTunes. So many options. So I hope this I've inspired you. I'm really proud of you, no matter what you're doing, where you're at. And just know that simpler is better. And I'll keep you posted on what I'm doing, what I'm seeing with clients, what I'm experiencing from just living close to beautiful nature. This is Norway, this is winter, and I'm embracing it. And right now, I'm gonna take a barefoot walk and think of all of you and send you great love. And I wish you amazing health. Thank you for watching.